EG contesting them.
I mean, yeah, Roshan goes down immediately unless EG comes with full force.
It's just if they see it coming.
Yeah, I think Dendy could very well go in and take it on his own.
Well, they're going to come for... Well, actually, it's General who's in the mid lane at the moment. A 3-man smoke move from EG.
An even bigger problem for EG is the fact that they lost their bottom tier 1 tower. They are in a position where they want to gank as much as humanly possible, but they have no control of their own jungle.
I think you're dead, Snako. You've hung around way too long. The axis will fly. He's going to miss on Snako. And Spectral Horn throws the ulti out. Are they really not going to reach him? The kick, it flies a long way in from Fear. But the second they show themselves, Navi capitalize. They're instantly into the Roche pit.
This isn't at all a worthwhile trade. They commit 4 heroes to this. The Spectre Haunt as well, and Navi picks up a Roshan. This is a support hero for 4 hero rotation and Spectre Haunt.
You know what this actually reminds me of? It reminds me of like those secret trades, like with the Beastmaster running in, trying to take out like a ranged Rax as a trade-off. It feels odd.
It's an act of desperation right now. Navi is in full control of this game, and the only response that EG has is ganging the top lane over and over again. Because whenever they try and touch Dendy on the mid lane, they fail. They have no control of their bottom lane, and they just gave up Roshan as well against 3 of the best pushing heroes in the game.
And instantly a tier 1 tower in the mid after it. Art style, okay, that mech is going to be coming up a lot more, like, rapidly. How is Dendy looking for his money? So he's 1.4k away from having the Ags.
Yeah, the early game aggression paid off for Artstyle. If it had gone any other way, he started out with a death, was level 2 for a long time.
What's top lane? General, Leap, Chronosphere, Snako doesn't have his ulti. You can still put the ball up, and Spectre has no way out. With the extra help from Sunstrike, they find the kill for Dendy, initiated on the mid lane, and there is more than enough damage to find the pickoff. Even with this Aegis the Immortal, the chance of surviving through this, he gets the Ghost Walk leveled up. Snako brings in the extra help, and Dendy, he just walked down with the Sentry Wars down. PPD, he's there, and a big kick coming in from Fear. Dendy, where's the extra life? They just don't have enough. Dendy will drop with a Chen army. It's surrounding Universe. They're finding pick after pick, and with a glimpse back, hope may be lost right now. Sumail pulled back into the middle of Navi. They bring him down. Spectre will come back to World of the Living. His horse still on cooldown, but Navi, they've got the momentum. They're going to take themselves another tower. We are 13 minutes into this game. There have been 2 big fights going the way of Navi, and they've managed to remove all out of towers on mid and bot lane.
Talk about momentum. They're all over the map. They're in complete control of this game. They take out Spectre on the top lane while pushing a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, while Dendy is standing middle lane, entertaining 4 heroes, surviving for long enough for the rest of the Navi to join forces from both the other lanes and taking down 3 additional heroes of EG. And now they're just gonna take another tower.
Is Fear gonna stop him? He's balling in, he's got Magnetize and Marble, and with a big kick, fight through, and the Spectral Haunt gonna go to work. Can this be the time when Navi gets punished with that glimpse? Well, you can say goodbye to Sumail. He sent back to Nako. They finish their TPs. Navi are getting out this one scot-free.
Invisibility.
RTZ as well. Gotta be careful. If he kept that chase going, he would have ended up dying.
Dendy has an Aghanim Scepter. We are 13 minutes in, and he has Hand of Midas Aghanim Scepter.
This game is completely out of control, but where did it all go wrong? EG, we looked at their draft and said, hey, this actually looks pretty damn decent. Like, the laning phase should go really, really well.
Artstyle did what Artstyle needed to do. He opened up the map, allowed free farm for Ditara, which forced EG to move on him constantly with most of their lineup. They committed 4 heroes every time they needed to take a kill on the top lane, and worst part was, 2 of the times they only found Suneko.
They're going to find another kill here. General's got his ultimate. He's going after PPD for the moment, leads forward, and there's the ulti on Universe. A little bit of missed energy coming out there with Suneko. The Sunstrike is not going to hit it smart, but Universe will still end up dying.
It wasn't pretty, but the damage was done.
Yeah. That's something that Navi's going to have to tighten up. Remember, you cannot give any kind of openings here for EG, even though they don't have like that wonderful combo of like the Dark Seer as well as the Earth Spirit, which turned around so many games in Shanghai.
So the first level of Necromicon up on Ditara now. He did manage to put his farm to a temporary halt.
And he's got that, but you got a Blink Dagger over on the Faceless Void. These Chronosphere positions be wonderful. Looks like we've got another glimpse going on as RTZ right back into the fight again. Artstyle really in position, but a steady Sunstrike, they'll finish the job. Once again, Magnetron trying to clean up a little bit more of this fight, but the mech is repairing almost all the damage, and Fear, he's being chased down by a wild animal. Samel has to try and become this buffer between himself and the rest of the team and Navi, but he's just dragged back too fast. Samel so low. Denny's picked up the VS, and Samel, he's going to barely, or will he? That urn charge is ticking him out. The Sunstrike. Samel, this time he is well aware of it and dodges the UV rays.
And even with the dodge on the Sunstrike, this is the old guard of Navi. It's Artstyle and Dendy completely outclassing, outshining the entire Evil Geniuses lineup.
Oh, really? Okay, these TPs are coming. But you can't do that. Like, you have a disruptor on the enemy team. Like, that TP is all for naught. You burn your fortification, but you're so far out of position now. And they're gonna let the... Oh, okay. They're gonna smoke underneath the Radiant Observer Ward, just try and get the movement speed to get away. What flew in on the Courier was actually the Blink Dagger for Dendy, so he can easily escape. But that tier 2 tower still gets to none. All outer towers gone 16 minutes into the game.
No, but this is the dream that everyone here in the arena was hoping for. That Navi would show up with the same Navi that we saw in Game 3 against Secret yesterday. And so far they're delivering in this game. The first one, definitely not, but second time around...
Universe. You start that time dilation over on him. General wants to jump forward. He's got the Chronosphere. RTZ comes into it. They're going to two-man Chrono. The kick from Fear, however, stops him from instantly following up. PvD with his swap. He sacrifices himself for the greater good. And Saneko, the controllers on RTZ. The kicks are off mark here. And will they actually find this kill? The Wolves are chasing him down and glimpse him back. Saneko wants the kill. They found it. 3 down. But you do still have a lot of damage coming up from Samel. He'll finally get some revenge on the Disruptor. But how many times have we seen this where Saneko is the only one to die for Navi? He's got 4 kills, and I'm fairly certain you can say Navi took 4 really good engagements every time he died.
I mean, Saneko did everything he had to do in that fight. He caused 2 of those deaths directly, especially the RTC one where he lands all the spells on him. The glimpse into the ulti combo. And then, you know, with him, most of his deaths has benefited Navi. Gotten towers from it, they got Roshan from it, they allowed the Lycanthrope to stay alive from it.
It's still crazy how this lineup of Navi has just come together to make all of the lanes work, just to make everything function, the space the Chen did create. And now they're sitting in this position where, like, we could be seeing the same kind of path for them. Game number 1, maybe not go too well. Game number 2, hey, it wasn't clean, it wasn't pretty, but it worked pretty nicely. Then again, this is still, if you look at the graph-wise, this is actually pretty clean. It just doesn't feel it.
I mean, Dendy is so far ahead, it's almost absurd. He's sitting on 11,600 net worth. The closest one is Ditara with 7,400.
It's going at 132 gold per minute right now. The funny thing is too, like, all he's got, like, I say all he's got is a Blink Dagger plus an Aghanim Scepter 18 minutes into the game. What do you go next on him? Like, do you try and just, like...
I mean, eventually...
Do you play position? Do you get BTs?
I think POTs would be fine right now because he's so far ahead. I think they're always good. Most often you see Invokers go for the Hand of Midas, Blink Dagger, POT, or with the Yule Scepter, and then go for the Aghanim Scepter. Dendy was just skipping the middleman and going straight for the Aghanim Scepter. And then, you know, he's going to follow up with the Octarine Core. Question is, he's going to go Octarine Core first?
Yeah.
Or the Boots of Travel. Right now, he probably feels like he's moving around enough that he doesn't need the BOT, and he's going to push with his team anyways. He doesn't need to do the split pushing. So maybe going from the Octarine Core, ensuring more survivability through the Soul Booster, so that he won't die to the Beastmaster combo, is probably fine.
We're trying to find, well, the cure to the spirit, just to boulder away the tornado from Dendy. Perfectly on the mark. Fear thought he was good at home, but all he's going to do is he's brought back in a body bag to the EG base. He burned his Magnetize as well for this. Navi's not going to be pushing anytime soon, however. More than likely, they'll probably wait for Roshan, and this is this one nice thing for EG. Roshan's almost max spawn time.
Yeah, and a bit of a breather to EG through the death of Fear. There'll be a whole lot, and there's no real items to speak of on Artis. He has the Drum of Endurance, the Urn of Shadows, and his Space Boots, sitting on 1,000 gold.
He actually has to go in for Diffusal in this game, or Manta Diffusal. Like, if he goes for Radiance, it's going to be too late. The game will be over.
Necronomicon 3 finished up on Lycanthrope. Universe has done a decent job at staying, keeping up in farm. Necronomicon 2 on him.
I'm still seeing this money appearing more and more for Dendy. So 3.6k gold stored. Like, he would have bought BTs by now if he was going to buy BTs. Could he actually rush up something else?
Yeah, Scythe of Vice, I think.
PPD? Tornado's a little bit off target. Yes, that would be really nice. But PBD locked to the tree line. Easy kill on the EG captain.
You know, when you never go to Fountain, you do need some kind of mana regeneration, and what better to have than a Scythe of Ice?
Keep our eyes on the